Right, come on. I've got to get a couple in for the camera. I'm rubbish at that. Is anyone good at this? I'm rubbish at it. Absolutely rubbish. That Frodo? Frodo! It's me! Hello! Hello! Hi everyone, I'm Stevie J, the non-gambling golfer. Thanks for joining me again for another video here on the channel. I'm doing a little bit of chipping practice in the garden. It's too cold to get out. I didn't get a chance to get out today and film any vlogs on the course, so I thought I'll do a little bit of chipping practice in the garden, give me a chance to talk to you. Because there's two reasons why I started this channel. The first being I love golf, I'm in entertainment, and I thought it'd be fun to do. The second reason, I'm part of a fellowship because I'm a compulsive gambler, and I really want to get the message out there. If you're struggling, there's help. And what I thought I'd do is have a little chat with you today about the gambling side of my life. It's go on, get in. It's been a challenge, it's been a struggle. I started gambling when I was 14. Probably started gambling before that, to be honest. Around my grandma's, chase the ace and playing for sweets and coins. But throughout my entire life, oh, that was thin. I've just not been able to stop. My biggest problem was I just couldn't stop gambling. Whether I was winning, whether I was losing. And at 14 years old, some stuff happened in my life, and I started to lose control a little bit. I just thought, why not? I'm just going to do things, and I did some crazy stuff. And a lot of it centred around gambling. At 14, I was going down the pub and getting caught up on the fruit machines. I was the guy who was 6'3" at 14, so I was always buying the drinks. And I'd go and buy the drinks, and then I'd sit on the fruit machines the entire night. And that's how it all started, really, I guess. And it developed throughout the years. I'm going for the third one here. Oh, the tripod. Throughout the years, it got worse and worse and worse. And basically, I got to 17 years old. I left school. And I always looked for the easy way to live life. I was a door-to-door canvasser for a while. I get paid on a Friday, and I was good. I was getting paid nearly 500 quid a week. And by Monday, I had no money left. So I'd go out on Friday night, get hammered, play the fruities. Then normally be a rollover into Saturday. We'd be playing cards for a lot of money. And by Monday morning, I didn't have enough money to buy any lunch. So I'd spend the next few days scrimping and borrowing and getting money off my dad and my mum. 18, I went to the holiday parks, and that's when I started working in entertainment as a singer. First one. Let's open the club face up slightly. See if we can get the first one. Down the shaft. So I started on the holiday parks at 18, and again, I used to get paid on the Friday, and I'd have no money left by Friday afternoon. Be on the fruit machines again, and I'd just call my dad up. Every week I call my dad, just say, give us some money, Dad, I haven't got any money for food, which was rubbish because I had food with the holiday park. I just never wanted to go and get it in the canteen. First one. And it continued like that, and then I discovered casinos. That was bad, and I never had any money. Never ever had any money. I mean, it was a problem then, but it wasn't as bad as it got in later years, because in later years I discovered online gambling. Probably about 20, discovered online gambling. Let's go for the middle one. See if we can get this in. Come on, middle one. Oh! That was good. I discovered online gambling. A friend introduced me to it. I say a friend. And I just couldn't stop. I literally, we'd come back from a night out, go around a mate's house, get a laptop out, and I'd still be on it at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning when they're waking up. And I lost thousands and thousands. It got worse from that point onwards. I'm going to skip a little bit now and just get to the point of when it all went completely too far, unmanageable. Life became crazy. I got married, had a little boy, and we were 3 months behind on the mortgage, which my wife knew nothing about. I was in over 75 grand's worth of debt in loans that my wife didn't know anything about. I'd hide all the bills. I'd be rushing down to the door to get the post, make sure I didn't get caught, which I had been many times. And then one day, my last bet was on the 7th of the 6th, 2016. And my last bet was, well, my wife wasn't feeling very well. She went to bed about 9:30, and for some reason, I can't remember why, I had a bit of money. I think I'd had a little win. I went online, got the laptop out, because the features are better on the laptop. We got the laptop out, and I gambled all the way through to about 7 in the morning, and my wife came down and screamed at me, went mental. But I hadn't just lost that money that I had, several hundred quid. I lost that in a few minutes. And unfortunately, the demon that is compulsive gambler, we just don't really care. We just want the money to carry on gambling. And that's exactly what I did. I went into a purse, I got money out, and I got cards, I registered different cards, and it wasn't good, you know. I ended up emptying all the bank accounts, all the overdrafts, and we was in a lot of trouble. And I was about to get kicked out. But I'll tell you where it took me. At that point in my life, I honestly felt there was no point in me being here. They'd be better off without me. And I was very close. Well, I thought about it. Who knows whether I'd have actually done it. But I thought about ending it. I've not got one in. And that's why my wife wouldn't kick me out. Oh, Jesus. That's why she wouldn't kick me out. She was afraid I was going to go off and do something incredibly stupid. And I'm glad she didn't. I'm happy to report I have not gambled since that day, thanks to the fellowship that I'm in. Other compulsive gamblers help each other to stop gambling, recover, and be better people. And that's what I believe I am nowadays. And part of that is to try and spread the word and help other people. And that's why I started this vlog, basically. Started this channel because, because I wanted to help other people, or at least tell them that there's help out there. So there'll always be links in my descriptions to help. You can search out, you can go on the websites, check out. There's lots of different ways to get help. There's one specific way that I sought help. There's lots of different ways to get help nowadays for gambling addiction, and it's an illness, and it's a progressive illness. It starts out, yes, I bounced out. That counts, I'm counting it. It starts out small, and it gets big and 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 bigger. You might be at the stage where you're just doing your monthly wage and you're struggling to get through to the end of the month. You might be at the point where you're still paying your bills and your mortgage. Or you might be at the point where you can't afford to pay your bills and mortgage. You might be at the point where you're getting kicked out because you haven't paid the rent. Whatever it is, it gets worse and worse and worse until it gets to the worst point, and I've unfortunately know of people this has happened to, where you end it. And I don't want that to happen to anyone. I certainly don't want that to happen to me. So that's why I started this channel. So for golf, obviously, and it will be loads of golf content, but I wanted to get the odd video out there where we talk about gambling, and this is just one of them. I've got other people that are going to come on the channel and talk about gambling, maybe tell me a bit about their stories. I don't want to go into the story too much in depth. I know there's people out there that won't understand it, or probably won't even watch this video because, well, the gambling content's not for them. They're just here for the golf content, and that's fine. I have no problem with that, because it's a dual purpose channel, you know, it's for two different things. I'd love to hear from you. If you're struggling and you need some help and you want to talk to someone, I can pass details on. I'm happy to help if I can in any way. I just don't want, I want people to have what I've got now. The people that are struggling with gambling, this garden I didn't have when I was gambling. We had a flat that we were going to lose. We didn't lose it because I found help. We sorted ourselves out. People always think it's the money. It's not a financial problem. It's an emotional illness. You can't deal with life, and I struggled to deal with life, with problems. I still struggle with it. Sometimes I have to make lists and just do one thing at a time, you know. But yes, one thing I can tell you is gambling will not make anything better. You know, I wish, I'm going for the far one. Oh, close. I wish that I'd discovered this help earlier. I'm going for the far one. Oh, a bit high, a bit long. But I wasn't ready for it then, and I'm just lucky I didn't lose everything. But I just wish everyone could have what someone in recovery has, that's struggling with gambling problems, with any addiction, to be honest. If you can get the right help and you get yourself sorted, you can have your life back, you know, you can become a better person. We bought this house after a few years of me being in recovery. We sold our flat, we bought this house. I think we're the happiest we've ever been. I mean, I'm certainly the happiest I've ever been. It's just so nice not to be clouded with thoughts of how do I afford to get this, how do I pay for that. You know, Christmas wasn't that long ago. Too far. Oops. Christmas wasn't that long ago. You know, I remember Christmases where, I remember one Christmas in specific, I'll tell you the story. We bought, I got to Christmas Eve. I think I was working, so I hadn't seen my wife over Christmas. So result, and get to the sales. Unfortunately, by the time the sales were on, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any way of getting money. In fact, I got money off my dad or my mum, and I spent it gambling. I ended up with like a couple of quid in my pocket, and I had to buy my wife a present. I bought her a Bayliss and Harding tiny little 5-piece hand cream type, you know, shower jelly type, one of them little travel set things, or one of them little, you know, guest room sets. It cost me £1, and that's basically all I could afford. I remember her opening it, and the look on her face was, what the hell is this? And do you know what? I was reminded of this the other day, because I went in the cupboard to get some more shower gel out, and at the back of that cupboard is this little box set of Bayliss and Harding. It's Bayliss and Harding? That's it. Little box set of that. It's never been opened, and it is still sat there. And just to not be able to buy your loved one a gift at Christmas because you've got no money, and you are just, it's just painful. You know, we spent several years where I'd be buying rice, big bags of rice and pasta, and telling my wife, oh, this is what I want us to eat for dinner. It had nothing to do with that. It's all I could afford. And I would fib and I would lie. Everything was a lie. I'd never tell the truth, you know. And that was one of the hardest things I had to change. I used to do things like get up in the morning, wouldn't eat anything. I'd tell my wife would say, oh, you had some breakfast? Yeah, I had a lovely bit of breakfast, bit of toast with, you know, with peanut butter on it. I hadn't. And when I joined the rooms that I'm in, I'd still be still doing it, and then I had to turn around and say, no, I'm really sorry I said that, Darren. I have no idea why I said that, because I didn't actually eat anything. I'm going to get a sandwich for lunch, and that's it. Right, let's go for the red one. Come on. Come on. 58 degree. Open her up a little bit. Oh, just past it. And yeah, the line is one of the hardest things I found to stop, to be honest. When I realised I wanted to stop, I literally, when I was in my last bits of gambling, I just didn't want to do it anymore. I just couldn't stop. Morning, as soon as I'd wake up, if my wife went to feed Aaron, my little boy, while she was in there feeding him, I'd have to jump on the phone and quickly have a few bets, a few spins, bit of video poker, whatever it may be. I mean, it literally got crazy. It got ridiculous. I couldn't do anything but think about gambling and money. And I'd be at events, say Christmases, I'd be at birthdays, I'd be at any kind of party, any family event, and I'm there physically, but mentally I weren't there. And my whole life, from sort of 20 to 35, it's just a blur. I just don't remember stuff, you know. I always said my memory's bad. It's because my brain was so overpowered with other things. I just couldn't I just can't remember it. I can't remember stuff. I really have to focus to try and remember things. Now my head is clear. I'm actually enjoying events because I'm there mentally and physically. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I've now got a clear head, and I just want other people to have that. So like I said, link in the description. There's going to be a few links. I'll keep popping different bits on there, different ways you can find help. If you want help, please message me. I'll gladly get involved. I'm in Essex, and if you're in Essex, oh, I was nearly in, and you want some help, give me a shout, give me a call. You never know, you might even see me if you want to come to one of the places I go to. We get to know each other, you know. It's as simple as that. Gambling destroyed my life. Nearly lost everything. I nearly lost my family, I nearly lost my home, I nearly lost my life. It's not worth it. I can't stop when I'm winning, I can't stop when I'm losing. If I was to gamble now and have a big win, it's a loan. Temporary loan before I lose it all and then go even more. It's just not worth it. I wish I could be one of those people that could enjoy gambling and just have a bit of fun with it, like a lot of people do. I've got no problem against people enjoying a bet. But for me personally, I don't even toss for a cup of coffee. I don't buy a raffle ticket. I don't buy a lottery ticket. I don't get involved with anything. If I feel uncomfortable, which I don't very much anymore after all these years, I get myself out of the situation. If I'm listening to the radio and there's a ridiculous advert, like the ones on Talk Sport, oh, tombola, it's fun. You know, it's a fun for. It's not fun for people like me. It's painful, you know. Get in the links, find somewhere, go somewhere, speak to someone. If you've got a gambling problem, get it sorted, you know. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with some more golf vlogs shortly, and I hope that's helped someone. Bye. The alignment's off, Steve. Bounced in, I'm taking it.